Welcome to our lecture on learning and motivation theories, a critical exploration of how individuals acquire knowledge and skills and what drives their engagement in training. Today, we'll define learning and workplace learning, compare formal and informal learning methods, and classify learning outcomes using established models. We'll also examine Kolb's and Vark learning style models, contrast key learning theories, and discuss Andragogy's 6 principles. Additionally, we'll cover goal-setting theory, training motivation, and a model of training effectiveness. Understanding these concepts is essential for designing effective training programs that align with organizational goals and individual needs. For example, knowing how employees learn best can enhance training outcomes in industries like healthcare or technology. As we proceed, reflect on how these theories apply to your experiences with learning or training. Take notes and feel free to ask questions as we delve into this foundational topic. Today's learning outcomes provide a roadmap for our exploration of learning and motivation theories. We'll define learning and its application in workplace settings, distinguishing between formal and informal methods. We'll classify learning outcomes using models like Gagne's and Krager's, which categorize cognitive, skill-based, and affective outcomes. We'll also apply Kolb's experiential learning model and Fleming's Vark model to understand individual learning preferences. Additionally, we'll compare conditioning and social cognitive theories, explore the 6 principles of Andragogy, and discuss how goal-setting theory and training motivation drive effective training. These outcomes will help you design training programs that maximize engagement and impact. Consider how understanding learning styles can improve training in your field, such as tailoring a safety workshop for diverse learners. This lecture sets the foundation for creating strategic, learner-centered training programs. Learning is the process of acquiring knowledge and skills, leading to change in individual behavior through formal or informal experiences. In the workplace, learning enables employees to perform tasks effectively, adapt to new roles, or improve processes. For example, a nurse learning a new medical procedure changes the practice to enhance patient care. Learning can occur formally, through structured training, or informally, through on-the-job experiences. This dynamic process is central to training and development, as it drives performance improvements and organizational success. Understanding learning is key to designing effective training programs that align with employee and organizational needs. As we explore this, think about learning experiences you've had, perhaps a workshop or a mentorship, and how they shaped your skills or behavior. This foundation will guide our discussion of workplace learning and its practical applications. Workplace learning follows the 70-20-10 model, which outlines how employees acquire knowledge and skills. Approximately 70% of learning comes from on-the-job experiences, such as solving real-world problems or completing assignments. For example, a manager learns leadership by handling a team project. About 20% occurs through relationships and interactions, like mentoring or peer feedback, which provide valuable insights. Only 10% comes from formal learning, such as workshops or courses. This model emphasizes the importance of experiential learning in the workplace, complementing structured training. As we discuss this, consider how you've learned through job tasks or colleagues versus formal programs. Understanding this balance helps organizations design training that leverages all learning sources, maximizing employee development and performance in dynamic environments like retail or IT. Learning in the workplace occurs through formal and informal methods. Formal learning involves structured, planned programs, such as workshops, certifications, or e-learning modules, designed to teach specific skills. For instance, a safety training course teaches employees about hazard protocols. Informal learning, however, is unplanned and occurs through experiences, like observing colleagues or tackling new tasks. Both methods contribute to skill development, with formal learning providing targeted knowledge and informal learning fostering adaptability. For example, a salesperson might learn negotiation through a formal course and refine it through customer interactions. As we explore this, reflect on how formal and informal learning have shaped your skills. Organizations must balance both to create effective training programs, ensuring employees are equipped for current and future roles across industries like healthcare or manufacturing. Gagne's model classifies learning outcomes into 5 categories: guiding training design. Verbal information involves recalling facts, like safety regulations. Intellectual skills enable problem solving, such as analyzing data in finance. Cognitive strategies help learners manage their learning, like planning tasks. Motor skills involve physical tasks, such as operating machinery. Attitudes shape beliefs, like fostering a safety-first mindset. These outcomes ensure training targets specific goals. For example, a training program for technicians might focus on motor skills for equipment use and attitudes for safety compliance. As we discuss this, consider how these outcomes apply to training in your field. Aligning training methods and evaluations with these outcomes enhances effectiveness, ensuring employees acquire the right skills and mindsets to excel in their roles and contribute to organizational success. Krager and colleagues' model categorizes learning outcomes into 3 domains: cognitive, skill-based, and affective. Cognitive outcomes include verbal knowledge, e.g., recalling procedures; knowledge organization, e.g., structuring information; and cognitive strategies, e.g., problem-solving approaches. Skill-based outcomes involve compilation, integrating skills, and automaticity, performing tasks effortlessly. Affective outcomes cover attitudinal changes, e.g., valuing teamwork and motivation, e.g., enthusiasm for tasks. For instance, a leadership training might target cognitive strategies for decision-making, skill-based automaticity and communication, and affective motivation for team collaboration. This model helps trainers align objectives with outcomes. As we explore this, think about how these domains apply to training you've experienced. Understanding these outcomes ensures training programs are comprehensive, addressing knowledge, skills, and attitudes to drive performance in fields like education or technology. Bloom's taxonomy provides a framework for categorizing learning objectives across 3 domains. The cognitive domain focuses on knowledge and comprehension, such as understanding concepts or analyzing data. The affective domain targets attitudes and values, like developing a commitment to ethical practices. The psychomotor domain involves physical skills, such as performing surgical procedures. For example, a training program for customer service might include cognitive learning, understanding products; affective learning, valuing customer satisfaction; and psychomotor learning, using software systems. This taxonomy guides trainers in designing balanced programs that address diverse learning needs. As we discuss this, consider how Bloom's domains apply to training in your industry. Aligning training with these domains ensures comprehensive skill development, enhancing employee performance and organizational outcomes across sectors like healthcare or retail. Learning outcomes have significant implications for training and development. Training programs can target one or more outcomes, such as cognitive knowledge, skills, or attitudes, depending on organizational needs. For example, a safety training might focus on cognitive understanding of protocols and affective commitment to compliance. Aligning instructional methods, like lectures for knowledge or simulations for skills, with these outcomes ensures relevance. Similarly, evaluations must measure the targeted outcomes, such as testing knowledge or observing skill application. This alignment enhances training effectiveness, ensuring employees achieve desired competencies. Consider a training you've experienced. How were outcomes measured? Effective alignment improves learning retention and application, driving performance in industries like manufacturing or services. As we explore this, think about how outcome-focused training can address specific workplace challenges, optimizing both individual and organizational success. The adaptive character of thought, ACT theory posits that learning occurs in stages, each involving different types of learning. Early stages focus on declarative knowledge, facts, while later stages emphasize procedural knowledge, skills. For example, a new employee learns company policies, declarative before mastering task processes, procedural. Training effectiveness depends on addressing the appropriate stage. Novices need foundational knowledge, while advanced learners benefit from practice. This theory guides trainers to tailor methods, such as lectures for beginners or simulations for experienced employees. Consider how learning stages apply to your field. How do novices versus experts learn? ACT theory ensures training is stage appropriate, maximizing impact. As we discuss this, reflect on how staged learning can enhance training design in industries like IT or healthcare, ensuring employees progress effectively. Resource allocation theory suggests that individuals have limited cognitive resources for learning new tasks. These resources are influenced by task complexity, attention, and self-regulatory activities. For example, learning a complex software system requires significant mental effort, leaving less capacity for other tasks. Trainers must design programs that account for these limitations, using clear instructions or breaking tasks into manageable parts. Self-regulation, like setting learning goals, helps learner manage resources effectively. Consider a time you struggled to learn a complex task. How did resource demands affect you? This theory highlights the need for simplified, focused training to optimize learning. As we explore this, think about how trainers can support learners in high-demand fields like engineering or medicine, ensuring effective skill acquisition. Learning styles reflect individual preferences for how people learn best. Two prominent models are Kolb's experiential learning theory and Fleming's VARK model. Kolb's model emphasizes learning through experience, while VARK focuses on sensory preferences, visual, auditory, read-write, kinesthetic. Tailoring training to these styles enhances motivation and success. For example, visual learners benefit from diagrams, while kinesthetic learners prefer hands-on practice. Understanding these preferences allows trainers to design inclusive programs, such as combining lectures and simulations. As we discuss this, consider your own learning style. How do you learn most effectively? Applying learning styles in training improves engagement and outcomes in fields like education or technology, ensuring diverse learners achieve their potential. Kolb's experiential learning theory describes a cycle of learning through concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation. It identifies four learning styles: diverging, imaginative, reflective, assimilating, analytical, conceptual, converging, practical, problem-solving, and accommodating, hands-on, adaptive. For example, a diverging learner excels in brainstorming sessions, while a converging learner thrives in technical problem-solving. Training programs should match these styles, using group discussions for diverging learners or practical exercises for converging learners. As we explore Kolb's model, reflect on your learning style and how it influences your training preferences. Applying this model ensures training is engaging and effective, particularly in dynamic fields like marketing or engineering, where diverse learning approaches drive success. Fleming's VARK model identifies four learning preferences: visual, diagrams, charts, auditory, lectures, discussions, read-write, texts, notes, and kinesthetic, hands-on, practice. For example, a visual learner benefits from flowcharts, while a kinesthetic learner prefers simulations. This model encourages multimodal training, combining lectures, readings, discussions, and demonstrations to engage all learners. A safety training might include videos for visual learners, discussions for auditory learners, manuals for read-write learners, and practice for kinesthetic learners. As we discuss VARK, consider how your sensory preferences shape your learning. Applying this model enhances training effectiveness in industries like healthcare or hospitality, ensuring all learners are motivated and equipped to apply new skills effectively. Conditioning theory, developed by B.F. Skinner, emphasizes learning through reinforcement. Positive or negative reinforcement increases or maintains behavior. Shaping involves reinforcing steps toward mastery, like rewarding a trainee for partial task completion. Chaining reinforces sequences of behaviors, such as learning a multi-step process. Generalization allows learned behaviors to apply to similar situations. For example, a salesperson trained to handle customer objections might generalize skills to new scenarios. Conditioning is effective in structured training, like safety drills, where consistent reinforcement builds habits. As we explore this, consider how reinforcement has shaped your learning. This theory ensures training programs create lasting behavioral changes, particularly in fields like manufacturing or customer service, where repetitive tasks benefit from reinforced learning. Social cognitive theory emphasizes learning through observation, self-efficacy, and self-regulation. Observation involves attention, noticing behavior, retention, remembering it, reproduction, performing it, and reinforcement, motivating it. For example, an employee learns teamwork by observing a skilled colleague. Self-efficacy, or belief in one's abilities, enhances learning confidence, while self-regulation involves monitoring and adjusting learning strategies. A manager might observe a leadership style, believe they can replicate it, and practice it through self-regulation. This theory is effective in training that involves modeling, like mentorship programs. As we discuss this, think about how you've learned by observing others. Social cognitive theory enhances training in fields like education or healthcare, where observational learning and confidence drive skill acquisition. Andragogy, an adult-oriented learning approach, contrasts with pedagogy, which focuses on children. It includes 6 principles. Adults need to know why they're learning, value self-directedness, bring prior experience, are ready to learn when relevant, prefer problem-centered learning, and are motivated by internal factors. For example, a manager might engage in leadership training if it's relevant to their role and career goals. Andragogy ensures training respects adults' autonomy and experience, using practical, goal-oriented methods. As we explore this, consider how your learning preferences align with these principles. Applying andragogy enhances training effectiveness in professional settings like IT or finance, where adults expect relevant, self-directed learning experiences that leverage their expertise and motivation. Goal orientation refers to preferences and achievement situations, divided into learning goal orientation, mastering skills, and performance goal orientation, proving or avoiding failure. Learning goals focus on growth, while performance goals emphasize outcomes. Proximal, short-term goals, like completing a training module, and distal, long-term goals, like career advancement, guide effort, motivation. The persistent effort toward goals drives learning. For example, an employee motivated to learn coding sets proximal goals, mastering a language toward a distal goal, becoming a developer. Feedback post-training ensures goals are met. As we discuss this, reflect on your goal-setting experiences. Goal orientation and motivation are critical for training success in fields like engineering or sales, ensuring employees stay focused and engaged. Training motivation, the drive to learn and apply training, is influenced by predictors like personality, e.g., conscientiousness, job career variables, e.g., relevance to role, and organizational factors, e.g., supervisor support. Outcomes include declarative knowledge, facts, skill acquisition, positive training reactions, and on-the-job application. For example, a motivated employee in a safety training learns protocols, applies them, and feels satisfied. Trainers must assess motivation before training and foster it through support and relevant content. Consider how motivation affects your learning, what drives you to engage. This focus ensures training is effective in industries like healthcare or retail, where motivated learners achieve better outcomes and apply skills effectively in their roles. The model of training effectiveness integrates learning theories, motivation, and outcomes to ensure training aligns with organizational goals. It considers learner characteristics, training design, and environmental factors to drive performance improvements. For example, a well-designed program with motivated learners and supportive supervisors enhances skill application in the workplace. The model emphasizes aligning training with specific outcomes, like improved productivity or safety, and evaluating its impact through performance metrics. As we explore this, consider how organizations in your field measure training success. This model provides a comprehensive framework for creating effective training programs, ensuring they meet both individual and organizational needs in dynamic industries like technology or hospitality, ultimately driving success. Thank you for your attention.